All right, yes, you are looking correct. We are looking at a festival exclusive Zeldris and also a Chandler. So these are going to be two new characters releasing tomorrow on JP. Unfortunately not global, but again I still wanted to cover it since it's going to be a new festival exclusive, and also because of some of the impacts it's going to have on global, and you might be a little bit annoyed or concerned about this, but again, nonetheless, let's take a look at the characters themselves, and I will obviously go over them properly once they're released on global with the entire patch. So we're just going to look at the characters themselves courtesy of Grand Cross database. Put the Twitter link down in the description, and also make sure to give me a follow. Come on, man, I'm only on like what I have 4 follows. Come on, give your boy a follow. Okay, so if we take a look at Zeldris himself, obviously he's a demon, so his passive is called, or his unique is called Scent of Death. Increases allies' basic stats by 2% for every debuff applied on enemies. So obviously you want to try and run him with Assault Mode MELIODAS, because he applies buffs on your team as well if there is debuffs on the enemy team. And more buffs on Assault Mode MELIODAS is all what you want, because the more buffs Assault Mode MELIODAS have, the more damage he's obviously going to deal. So again, he does have a debuffing ability, it seems like, and as well, if you run him with, let's say, Melascula has a card, the Draining card. The Draining card applies a debuff as well, but that's only, I'm not too sure if it's per, increases allies' basic stats by 2% for every debuff applied on enemies. I'm not too sure if it's for every debuff, so it's every debuff, it's not per enemy. So 1 debuff equals 1 buff. So you obviously want a debuff on your team. I'm not too sure if this works if he's in the back, like if you use him as your support character. If it does, that will be even better, because that means if you run Assault Mode MELIODAS and 2 debuffing demons on your team, like what's his name, Demon Hendrickson. If you run Demon Hendrickson and let's say you run Melascula, and then you have Zeldris in the back, that's gonna be insane, because you can turn 1, do like 3 debuffs, buff your MELIODAS, or even let's say 2 debuffs, and then just hit with your single card attack, because that's going to deal massive damage. Ooh, I can't wait once it releases on global. I'm going to definitely try that out. Let's see, maybe even some of the other content creators like Nagato and Seaton is going to use Demon Hendrickson if the passive works like that. Hopefully it does, but we will only know tomorrow once they release. So his commandment here: if a critical strike occurs from skill use, decreases crit rate and crit damage by 10%. Applies to both allies and enemies when entering battle. Excludes deathmatch. Okay, so his passive is a bit of counterintuitive to Demon MELIODAS, but I suppose, or Assault Mode MELIODAS, but I suppose this is obviously to not make him hyper broken or anything. So you obviously don't want to run his commandment on your team. Again, if you can run him as a support unit or as a bench unit, I think that will work really well. Even like as a front unit, that's also going to work. Obviously, if you have a other commandment in the front. But again, he does seem like a good supporting unit for Assault Mode MELIODAS here, as well as a standalone unit. Don't get me wrong here. So his first skill, Black Road, is actually Grand Cross database has rewritten or reworded, excuse me, the first skill to inflicts cut damage equal to 500% of attack that cannot be a critical strike on one enemy. So basically, this attack itself can never be a crit, so he can't crit with this attack. Okay, interesting. Cut additional damage equal to 50% of 100% of critical damage. So it just sounds like massive damage without crit, I suppose. For some cases that's good, I guess. His second skill, Demon Area. Depletes 2 ultimate move or gauge orbs at the end of the enemy's turn. So just like Gotha's pumpkin bombs. And disables ultimate moves for 2 turns. I suppose that is also against. That will also obviously work for Demon MELIODAS teams or Assault Mode MELIODAS teams that are rushing ultimates. So again, he kind of supports Assault Mode MELIODAS with his passive, but he also works against him with his commandment and his debuffing skill called Demon Area. So you can't rush ultimate and you can't properly crit on him. So you can kind of like also make a counter team against him with Zeldris, but also making it as a supporting team for Demon Meliodas, or Assault Mode Meliodas. I keep saying Demon Meliodas. Kind of same shit, different toilet, you get me? Okay. So his ultimate, Deus Irae, something like that. Okay, so inflicts damage equal to 560% of attack on one enemy, decreases health related stats of all enemies by 5% for 2 turns. So this also counts as a debuff if it no, does it? I'm not too sure. And at level 6 you inflicts 945, and it decreases health related stats by 15. So obviously the more the better, as per usual. So let's take a look at his ultimate special here, or his special move. Oh, the sound might be a little bit too high here. Let's keep it at that. Okay. Okay, looking nice. Zeldris with the drip. Oof. That should look good. Oh, that R. That R just hit different, you know? Oof. We love to see. We love to see. We love to see. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't see the skills. Since there isn't a video of that, we're going to have to wait tomorrow. For some odd reason, they didn't make a stream announcing. Usually they make streams announcing the festival characters, but I guess not. I don't know why. So we got Pacifier Fiend, Magician, Chandler. Finally we're getting Chandler. Unfortunately it's not a festival exclusive, but again, it's still Chandler. It's another demon character added to the collection for Assault Mode Meliodas. So let's see. His unique Darkness. Decrease all stats of enemy who use a skill by 7% for 1 turn in PvP. Applies when entering battle. Applies before the skill is activated. Repeatable. Okay, so decreases all stats of enemies who use a skill. So just a skill, it will reduce by 7% for 1 turn. Okay, seems alright. I'm going to have to see how that properly works. I think one other character has the same passive, or I might be mistaken. But again, yeah. Let's see. His first skill here, Dragon Claw. Inflicts damage equal to 400% of attack on one enemy. Restricts all skill effects, including ultimate move effects, for 2 turns. Excludes stances and recovery skills. Okay, interesting. Restricts all skills. Seems like, if I'm not mistaken, when it says restricts all skill, does that mean just every single card, or does that mean like ranking up cards? I suppose it means every single card. So he's going to be quite annoying, but this only seems to be on the level 3. I'm not too sure if it does anything on the level 2. So he has a full counter, obviously, because he's the one who taught. If you aren't aware, the reason Meliodas knows full counter is obviously because Chandler is the teacher or the master of Meliodas, and he taught him full counter. So he assumes a stance for 2 turns, which taunts enemies and inflicts damage equal to 300% of attack when taking damage. When taking attacks. Inflicts additional 100% of the damage taken. What? Excuse me. He inflicts damage equal to 300% of attack when taking attacks. Inflicts additional 100% of the damage taken. Okay, so I've taken a look at both, Esteros and both the Meliodases, and the counters doesn't work like this. So this counter is unique or different from the others. He inflicts less damage than, let's say, Esteros. Esteros inflicts 600% when attacked, and he inflicts 300%, but inflicts 100% additional damage. Inflicts additional 100% of the damage taken. Interesting. We're going to have to see how that works. Okay, so his ultimate Meteor works. Inflicts charge damage equal to 455% of attack on all enemies. Charge ignores defense. Okay, so let's take a look at Chandler's ultimate. Nothing too special or spicy compared to Zeldris, obviously, because Zeldris is a festival exclusive. But yeah, let's take a look here at the ultimate. I'm going to turn the volume down as well. Okay. Looks so nice. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, and by the way, something I wanted to show. I think we can find it here. The cosmetics. I wanted to quickly show this. So these are obviously looking fire. I love the Zeldris here, the sword and the the clothing here, I would want to run it with this haircut here. That looks amazing. This looks alright, but again, I like this outfit, or I love it. And then Chandler, look, this is the best outfit in the game. I'm telling you, like, this is the best outfit they've ever made. It looks so hilarious, like, oh my god. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like and also subscribing to the channel. Make sure to check out my Twitter and give it a follow, you know, and also give Grand Cross Database a follow, and I will be seeing you hopefully soon. Bye.